Hello and welcome to another update video about Natgas. It was a rather quiet week, I'd say, for Natgas. We haven't seen any trend change, even though we now have a 5-wave move to the downside pretty much completed as per the previous updates. I would not focus so much on the microstructures. I wouldn't stress over them so much, but we can use them to identify tendencies here. And we can identify when a reversal, even though only temporary, because we're watching for a wave 2 corrective rally next, when that becomes a little bit more likely. For now, we have 5 waves down. So that means after a larger 4th wave likely topped around the 12th of June at around $3.15, a 5-wave move down started to unfold. And it looks impulsive, so it's possible that this was the 3rd, this was the 4th instead, and this is an internal extended 3rd wave, but it's just a bit difficult to say which one it really is. Also, again, with Natgas, there are so many different Natgas charts that can be analyzed and traded. I wouldn't necessarily look for the perfect one. Let's get it to a state, where we can use it for trading. And what can we identify? We can identify a descending trend line still that is pretty much unchanged. This could be a break above this, could be an early indication that we are starting wave 2, which is a corrective bounce, which has already the resistances laid out here. Just need to correct it down a little bit because throughout the week, since the last video, the price dropped a little further. And again, we haven't broken the trend line. That's for me like the first signal that something is changing. Just checking if we can draw another trend line. Not really a reliable one, I'd say. Here at least we have 3 touch points. If I try to draw another one from here, I don't get 3 touch points. Maybe this one. I leave it dotted because, I don't know, don't like it. But it could be the earlier signal that a reversal is happening. I've added already in the last video a possible microstructure for this corrective rally, the assumed corrective rally in a wave 2. It would be an ABC structure, and resistance based on the latest adjustments can be found between $2.32 and $2.85. Somewhere here then we can watch for resistance and the rejection and possibly the next move down to start. And we have specifically $2.32, $2.46, $2.61, and $2.85. Once we have the initial A wave completed and the B wave as well, we can calculate a target for wave C of 2. That would typically be the 100% extension of the initial A wave up. And it would give us, it would give us I would say a precise target. Again, it's not like it has to get there, but it's more like, refining it a little bit, the analysis, and narrowing down the probabilities a little bit more. From here then, we are watching for a 3rd wave down, but we are not there yet. So that means also next week when the market opens, maybe watch for a bounce. It's not clear at this stage if it started. Looking at the indicator, for example, the RSI, you can see that bullish divergences have been forming. So from the 28th of July, roughly, to the last low here, bullish divergence. They have actually been forming since the 17th of July. Then, however, I should probably use the daily chart, which also shows us these divergences. So you see it here from that swing low around the 18th, 17th, and 18th of July to now. It's important. Obviously, the RSI, it's the RSI 14. So we take the length of 14 candles. So that means anything beyond 14 candles in the past wouldn't really give us a valid divergence. Okay, we always have to consider the length of the RSI. But because, this is sort of 2 weeks away, it is valid and we have a bullish divergence. So this is just on the daily now as well, after it was oversold. So those divergences can help build or prepare for a reversal. Just something to watch. Okay, we see them on the 4-hour as well. Especially also here since the 17th of July, but then technically speaking on the 4-hour it wouldn't be valid because we have too many candles compared to the 14 period RSI. But still you see them here, you know, lower lows on the price chart, and we see them on the daily, so that's really where it's valid. So I'm watching for a first signal, like a break above the trend line. This is probably going to be a good one for a possible long trade. I'm not telling you to do that, right? But it's just after going down over the last few weeks, adhering to those trend lines very well, a break of the trend line, you know, in one of them could indicate a break in structure. So that's something to watch for next week. Next support levels, I mean, really in terms of structural support, it's starting here now. You know, this choppy structure that developed between February and April. We can add, for example, the VRVP, volume profiles. They typically tell us where the price has historically been traded and where we see, oh wow, you see, this is the point of control. This price in this visible range at around $1.80, this could offer good support. I mean, should we go down there? Maybe not. I can't rule out that we do. But it's starting now in this region, you know. This is where the price is probably going to enter a choppy phase or is starting to turn around. I would say at least there's a good chance of finding support there, because this is where the price at which most volume was traded in that visible range. So that's interesting. But beyond that, you know, I think we just need to be watching for a break of the trend line. As long as the market is respecting the trend line, the trend is down. It's quite simple, actually. And it's just a signal to watch for. Now you can activate that signal on TradingView. You know, you can get a message from TradingView once that trend line is broken, maybe, or when the price touches it again for a possible breakout. Certainly something to watch for next week. But bear in mind, I don't primarily expect a proper reversal, only a corrective rally in what would be that wave 2 corrective rally as an ABC structure. So bear in mind, the A wave can be an impulse. The A wave can also be a 3-wave move. The B wave would also be a 3-wave move, unless it's a triangle, which is less common. And then the C wave as a 5-wave pattern. That's the update about Natgas. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you're interested in daily updates about the S&P 500, as well as regular updates about stocks, feel free to check out these stocks and S&P 500 service. You'll find the link in the description. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.